Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Star Wars Canon Library. My name is Brian. I am the librarian here at the Canon Library where we are keeping all the canon in chronological order for all of you guys. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what we decided to start doing as far as the novels go. Instead of just telling you what's good and what's not, instead of just doing text reviews for these books and these movies and these television shows and games and comics, we're going to do video reviews. It's easier that way. I'm sure you guys would rather hear it that way instead of having to read a 4 or 5 paragraph long review. So we're going to jump right into this, and I'm going to start with the very first novel that kicked it all off with the Canon Slate Wipe in 2012, and that is Star Wars A New Dawn. This book was the first of the new Star Wars canon to be released before any of the other comics, before any of the other movies. This was the first piece that came out, and I was very excited to get my hands on this book, knowing that this is official canon and this actually did happen now in the universe. What A New Dawn is, it introduces us to the character Kanan, who is from Star Wars Rebels, as you guys know. And it kind of gives a little bit more backstory on him. And I remember this is before the canon comics actually came out, so he was still a bit of a mystery to everybody. This book follows him when he's being a miner on a planet called Gorse. They're mining the moon for a certain mineral that the Empire is using to create Star Destroyers. And this book shows him meet Hera Syndulla, how those two came to meet each other and to respect each other. And don't let the cover fool you. Just as a side note, he never activates that lightsaber once in the book anywhere. The lightsaber is mentioned, but it's shown, but it's never actually activated. So don't let the cover fool you into that. But anyway, this book introduces a character named Count Vidian, who has popped up a couple of other times in some of the other canon material. And if he hasn't popped up, he's been mentioned quite a bit. Matter of fact, I just finished reading Aftermath Life Debt, and Count Vidian was mentioned in that book as well. But Count Vidian is this like cybernetic businessman who's supposed to be a genius when it comes to running business, and he comes to the planet to ramp up production and to work everybody to the bone to get more and more and more out of them. And he's the main villain of the book. And Kanan meets Hera, and they end up teaming up against Vidian. I'm not going to give away any of the spoilers or anything like that. But as far as the book itself goes, it was a little bit of a letdown. In my opinion, it was a bit of a rocky start to the new canon. First off, the title A New Dawn doesn't really apply to anything in the book. It almost feels like the title A New Dawn was just saying, hey, this is the first of the new canon, this is a new dawn for Star Wars canon. And that's where I'm guessing the title came from, honestly. It was a little bit of a letdown. It wasn't horrible by any means, but it wasn't great. I started to read through it when it first came out and got like 4 or 5 chapters into it and then put it down for a few months and ended up picking it back up and had to reread the first, part of it again. And I ended up finishing it shortly after, but right before Tarkin came out, the book Tarkin. But this book, it's all right. For hardcore Star Wars fans who have to read everything, this one is, it's all right. Like I said, it was a rocky start to the canon reboot, I guess you should say, or that I could say. But for a hardcore Star Wars fan to be able to appreciate it for what it is, and it's mainly backstory, and it has really nothing to do with anything else in the galaxy as far as the main characters of the movies go and stuff like that. It doesn't tie into any of the movies whatsoever. If you wanted a neat little Star Wars adventure, or if you're really wanting to get into the Star Wars canon and you want to start, with the first book, this is it. I mean, it's all right. It's not, like I said, it's not the greatest, but it's not horrible either. So, personally, I wouldn't read it again. One time was enough. I'll reference it when I'm reading other canon material, and they bring something up. I'll go back into it and find where that happened again and reread that part. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. So, but it's not a must read. That's what I'm trying to get at. It is not a must read for the new canon material. For a Star Wars junkie, it is, but for the casual reader, it's not that big a deal. So, hey, if you guys have read the book, let me know what you thought of it. Comment below, man. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love having conversations with you guys on YouTube, discussing certain things. It's been happening a lot more lately also. So I cannot wait to talk to you guys, see what you thought about this book. And remember, everybody looks at things differently. Some people may have loved it. Some people may have hated it. So if you're a person who loves it and you see somebody bashing on it, don't hate on them. Everybody's opinions are different. Everybody's allowed to like different things, all right? And it's the same thing if it's the other way around. If you hated it and somebody else liked it, hey, at least be glad that they got a good Star Wars story out of it and they had an enjoyable experience out of it, you know? So, hey, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to start putting out a lot more videos for you guys, actually starting today. We're putting a lot more videos out. I'm going to be trying to do some more review videos for everything. So, comment below, guys. Let us know what you thought. And make sure you visit us on Facebook. It is facebook.com/Star Wars Canon Library. And if you have any questions concerning any of the canon material that's come out so far, you can email us at starwarscanonlibrary@gmail.com. I check it every day. And I'll make sure I get one of your guys' questions answered if you guys should send them in. So, hey, until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.